like why we are in our meeting. So let me tell you about the agenda of today's session. We already discussed about कि सिस्टम एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर की जॉब की प्रिपरेशन के लिए क्या क्या पॉइंट्स हमें माइंड में रखने चाहिए, जिससे आप किसी भी कंपनी, किसी भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के लिए अगर आप सिस्टम एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर की प्रोफाइल के लिए इंटरव्यू देने जा रहे हैं तो एटलीस्ट आपको पहले से थोड़ा बहुत आइडिया होना चाहिए कि व्हाट आर द क्वेश्चन दे आर गोइंग टू आस्क यू. You should know about the you can say that the prerequisite to apply ourselves for the system administrator job, right? So ये सारे पॉइंट्स आपको माइंड में होने चाहिए. अगर आपके पास पहले से आइडिया रहेगा इन चीज़ों को तो डेफिनेटली बहुत सारी चीज़ें आपकी स्मूथ हो जाएंगी. उतना ज़्यादा कॉन्फिडेंस आएगा आपके पास कि लाइक यू आर रेडी टू टेक्निकल राउंड ऑफ इंटरव्यू फॉर एनी ऑफ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. किसी भी इंटरव्यू के लिए, नॉट ओनली द सिस्टम एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर, किसी भी प्रोफाइल के इंटरव्यू के लिए आप जा रहे हैं तो सबसे पहला जो एजेंडा होता है, यू मस्ट नीड टू गो थ्रू द जेडी मल्टीपल टाइम. जॉब डिस्क्रिप्शन को आप मल्टीपल टाइम चेक करेंगे. यू हैव टू गो थ्रू द जॉब डिस्क्रिप्शन एंड आइडेंटिफाई व्हाट आर द रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. कंपनी की क्या रिक्वायरमेंट है, कंपनी क्या क्या चाहती है अपने और नए ज्वाइनर से या जो एम्प्लॉय हायर करने वाली है उससे कंपनी की क्या क्या एक्सेप्टेशन है. सो सिस्टम एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर की हम तैयारी कर रहे हैं. सबसे ज़्यादा जो ऑप्शंस होते हैं, सबसे ज़्यादा जो प्रोफाइल की जॉब्स अवेलेबल है मार्केट में है वो है सिस्टम एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर की. चीज से जुड़े हुए बहुत सारे प्रोफाइल आपको मिल जाएगी. हेल्प डेस्क टेक्नीशियन, डेस्कटॉप सपोर्ट इंजीनियर, सीनियर सिस्टम एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर, जूनियर सिस्टम एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर, एडवांस सिस्टम एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर, विंटेल इंजीनियर, एक्टिव डायरेक्टरी इंजीनियर, नेटवर्क इंजीनियर. ये सारे इंजीनियर्स की कैटेगरी, ये सारे प्रोफाइल की के लिए जो कंटेंट की रिक्वायरमेंट होती है वो सिमिलर होती है. एक सिस्टम एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर जो है एडवांस सिस्टम एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर की प्रोफाइल के लिए भी अप्लाई कर सकता है, एडी इंजीनियर के लिए भी अप्लाई कर सकता है, विंटेल इंजीनियर के लिए भी अप्लाई कर सकता है, क्योंकि जो कंटेंट सिस्टम एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर के अंदर होता है वो विंटेल के लिए कंपैटिबल है. आज की डेट में जो कंपनी की रिक्वायरमेंट है, डेफिनेटली कंपनी चाहती है कि हमारे जो भी हम हायर करने जा रहे हैं थोड़ी बहुत ट्रेनिंग दे करके हम उसको प्रिपेयर कर लेंगे, बट उसके पास भी कुछ प्रीरिक्विजिट्स होने चाहिए. अगर आप अपनी तरफ से 60% देते हैं तो 40% कंपनी आपको अपनी तरफ से ट्रेनिंग प्रोवाइड करके, बूट कैंप ट्रेनिंग प्रोवाइड करके आपको उन चीज़ों से अवेयर करा देगी जो डे टू डे टिकट आपको रिजॉल्व करेगी. तो थोड़ा सा आसान है और रिक्वायरमेंट भी बहुत है. अगर आप थोड़ा सा अपने स्किल्स पे काम कर लेते हो, टेक्निकली स्ट्रांग हो जाते हो, थोड़ा सा कम्युनिकेशन अगर अपना अपना बेटर बना लेते हो तो वी हैव अ लॉट्स ऑफ ऑप्शन टू बिकम अ सिस्टम एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर. सबसे पहला टास्क कि आपको पता होना चाहिए कि एजेंडा और कंटेंट क्या क्या होने चाहिए. बिकम सिस्टम एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर के लिए जो मॉड्यूल्स हैं वो मल्टीपल मॉड्यूल्स हैं, क्योंकि कंपनी की डिमांड के अकॉर्डिंग ही आपको अपने आप को प्रिपेयर करना है. क्योंकि पहले का जो टाइम था, अगर हम 15 साल पहले की बात करें या 20 साल पहले की बात करें, तो उसमें अगर आपको नॉर्मल डेस्कटॉप ट्रबल शूटिंग आती है, अगर आपको बेसिक ऑफ नेटवर्किंग आती है, थोड़ा सा राउटर और स्विच के बारे में आइडिया है, तो डेफिनेटली आपको सिस्टम एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर की प्रोफाइल की जॉब मिल जाएगी. लेकिन आज की डेट में जो रिक्वायरमेंट है वो थोड़ा सा अलग है. जो आज की रिक्वायरमेंट है कंपनी की वो थोड़ी सी अलग है. बिकॉज आज की डेट में हर एक कंपनी चाहती है कि जो भी इंजीनियर हायर करें उसके पास एटलीस्ट इतना आइडिया होना चाहिए कि अगर उसको हम माइक्रोसॉफ्ट 365 का पोर्टल ओपन करके दें और उनको कुछ ट्रेनिंग प्रोवाइड करें तो वो आसानी से ग्रैब कर सके, समझ सके. हम ऐसे कैंडिडेट को नहीं हायर करना चाहते हैं जिसको बिल्कुल भी जीरो आइडिया है और उसको सिखाने में भी टाइम लगता है. तो डेफिनेटली आपका रिज्यूमे कंपनी रिजेक्ट कर देगी. सबसे पहला इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट ये होता है कि आप अपने रिज्यूमे पे क्या क्या पॉइंट मेंशन कर रहे हो, कौन कौन सी टेक्नोलॉजीज आप मेंशन कर रहे हो, क्या हैंड्स ऑन दिखा रहे हो, क्या क्या टास्क आपने प्रीवियसली परफॉर्म किए हैं, उनकी डिटेल्स आपके पास होनी चाहिए. अगर आपको सीनियर सिस्टम एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर, एडवांस सिस्टम एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर की प्रोफाइल पे जॉब अप्लाई करनी है तो ये जो लिस्ट हम आपको दिखा रहे हैं, ये लिस्ट में से मोस्टली कंटेंट आपके रिज्यूमे पे होने चाहिए. कंटेंट नहीं ऐड करना है बट आपके मॉड्यूल्स के नेम आपको ऐड करने होंगे. एंड यूजर कंप्यूटिंग क्या है उसको आपको ऐड करना है, बेसिक ऑफ नेटवर्किंग की कंटेंट ऐड करना है, विंटेल एक्टिव आईटी की कंटेंट ऐड करना है, ऑफिस 365 मेलिंग सर्विसेज को कंटेंट ऐड करना है, जिससे एटलीस्ट आपके पास कॉल्स आना स्टार्ट हो जाए. सिस्टम एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर से रिलेटेड कॉल्स आना स्टार्ट हो जाए। और डेफिनेटली अगर आप ये कंटेंट मेंशन करते हैं अपने रिज्यूमे पे, तो आप चेंजेस देखेंगे कि अभी आपके पास कितनी कॉल्स आती हैं जॉब के लिए, और ये चेंजेस करने के बाद आपके पास क्या क्या कितनी सारी कॉल्स आती हैं रिलेटेड टू द जॉब। स्टार्ट करते हैं। एंड यूजर कंप्यूटिंग या डेस्कटॉप ट्रबल शूटिंग इसको बोला जाता है। EUC, एंड यूजर कंप्यूटिंग या डेस्कटॉप ट्रबल शूटिंग भी बोल सकते हैं इस पूरे कंटेंट को। कॉन्सेप्ट क्या है कि यू शुड नो अबाउट द प्रोसीजर हाउ टू ट्रबल शूट द इशूज रिलेटेड टू डेस्कटॉप, लैपटॉप, और जो एप्लीकेशन सॉफ्टवेयर ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम ड्राइवर्स इंस्टॉल करते हैं उनको कैसे मेंटेन किया जाता है, कैसे उनको प्रिपेयर करके रखते हैं, वो सारी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी हमारी होती है। बेस से बात करें तो आपको बूटिंग प्रोसेस, सिस्टम कोई सा भी हो, मैक का बूटिंग प्रोसेस अलग होता है, लिनक्स का बूटिंग प्रोसेस अलग होता है, और विंडोज बेस्ड मशीनों का बूटिंग प्रोसेस अलग होता है। सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज रहता है ट्रबल शूट करने के टाइम पे हमें बूटिंग प्रोसेस का आइडिया नहीं रहता। अगर हमें बूटिंग प्रोसेस का आइडिया है देन डेफिनेटली हम चीज़ों को बहुत आसान तरीके से रिकॉग्नाइज कर पाएंगे, और उनको उसके अकॉर्डिंग ट्रबल शूट करने के उस प्रॉब्लम को उस रिकग्नाइजेशन के थ्रू आप उनको आसानी से ट्रबल शूट कर पाएंगे। बूटिंग प्रोसेस, कंपोनेंट्स ऑफ डेस्कटॉप, पहले असेंबल डीअसेंबल चलता था, अब आपको कंपोनेंट्स मालूम होने चाहिए। कीबोर्ड, माउस, मॉनिटर, स्क्रीन, प्रिंटर, ये सारे कंपोनेंट्स होते हैं जो आपके डेस्कटॉप के साथ अटैच रहते हैं। असेंबलिंग ऑफ डेस्कटॉप, एटलीस्ट आपको कार्ट लेवल की ट्रबल शूटिंग आनी चाहिए कि अगर आपको एक सिस्टम यूनिट प्रोवाइड कर दिया जाए और उसमें बोला जाए कि इसमें आप नया प्रोसेसर चेंज कर दो, आप इसमें रैम लगा दो, आप इसका पावर सप्लाई रिप्लेस कर दो, आप इसके हार्ड डिस्क को चेंज कर दो, पहले HDD लगी है आप इसको SSD कनेक्ट कर दो, तो इतना आइडिया होना चाहिए कि इन कंपोनेंट को आप आइडेंटिफाई कर पाओ। आइडेंटिफाई करने के साथ साथ आपको कनेक्शन याद कर रखने पड़ेंगे कि हार्ड डिस्क कहाँ पे कनेक्टेड होती है, पावर सप्लाई में कितने पिंस केबल्स होती हैं, अगर आपने रैम लगाया है तो रैम की स्लॉट का जो नोच रहता है, जो कट रहता है, उसको कैसे सेट करना है। क्योंकि अगर आपने रॉन्ग, गलत तरीके से रैम को लगा दिया बोर्ड के ऊपर तो रैम के डैमेज होने का खतरा रहता है, क्योंकि उसमें पिंस रहती हैं। अगर आपका परफेक्ट तरीके से रैम नहीं लगा है मदरबोर्ड के ऊपर और आपने सिस्टम को टर्न ऑन कर दिया तो इट में भी क्रिएट अ प्रॉब्लम, और इससे आपकी रैम डैमेज हो सकती है। आपको बायोस का आइडिया होना चाहिए। कई सारे बायोस होते हैं अभी जो करंट मार्केट चल रही है, इसमें आपको लेगेसी बायोस, UEFI बायोस का कॉन्सेप्ट आता है, दैट यू नीड टू नो अबाउट कि लेगेसी और UEFI बायोस में डिफरेंसेस क्या हैं। हार्डवेयर और सॉफ्टवेयर दोनों तरीके से आपको आइडिया होना चाहिए। ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम का इंस्टॉलेशन आना चाहिए। अंडरस्टैंड वर्चुअल इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, VMware वर्क स्टेशन के जरिए कैसे आप अपने इन्वायरमेंट सेटअप करते हो, इतना आइडिया होना चाहिए। एप्लीकेशन और ड्राइवर्स, प्रिंटर के लिए ड्राइवर की जरूरत पड़ती है। अदर पेरिफेरल्स के लिए जैसे आप DSLR कैमरा वगैरह अटैच करते हैं, मोबाइल फोन अटैच करते हैं, तो आपको ड्राइवर्स की जरूरत पड़ती है। यू हैव टू अटैच द ड्राइवर to get the feature of our mobile phone on our desktop or laptop। डेस्कटॉप ट्रबल शूटिंग में जैसे स्लो परफॉर्मेंस हो गया, ब्लू स्क्रीन का एरर हो गया, नेटवर्क प्रिंटर को कॉन्फ़िगर करना हो गया, प्रिंटर शेयरिंग हो गया, इंडिविजुअल प्रिंटर को किसी लैपटॉप से या डेस्कटॉप से अटैच करना है, ये सारी चीजें। फैट फाइल सिस्टम में आपको फाइल सिस्टम पता होना चाहिए, क्योंकि जब भी आप पार्टीशन क्रिएट करते हो फैट फाइल सिस्टम के थ्रू आप अपने सिस्टम के अंदर पार्टीशन स्टैब्लिश कर सकते हो। रेट सिस्टम बहुत ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है, क्योंकि हर एक कंपनी जो ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम को इंस्टॉल करती है ना, दे आर गोइंग टू इंस्टॉल विद द हेल्प ऑफ रेट। रेट 0 क्या है, रेट 1 क्या है, रेट 5 क्या है, रेट 6 क्या है, रेट 10 क्या है, इनके आइडिया होना चाहिए आपको, दैट यू कैन मैनेज द इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर। इन प्लेस अपडेट क्या होता है, जो आपका एग्जिस्टिंग ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम है विंडोज 10 उसको 11 में कैसे कन्वर्ट करते हैं, इसका आइडिया आपको होना चाहिए। और बैकअप और रिस्टोर, ये आप थर्ड पार्टी के थ्रू करो या बिल्ट इन एप्लीकेशन के थ्रू, फीचर्स के थ्रू करो, ये सारी चीजें आपके एंड यूजर कंप्यूटिंग के केस में आती है। आई एम नॉट सेइंग कि आपको 100% आएगा तभी आप इंटरव्यू क्रैक कर पाएंगे, बट आपको एटलीस्ट हर एक मॉड्यूल्स में, हर एक मॉड्यूल में, किसी में ज्यादा किसी में कम, बट आपका जो एवरेज होना चाहिए ना, एटलीस्ट 50 to 60% आपको कंपोनेंट आने चाहिए। अगर मैंने इसमें टोटल मिला के 12 कंटेंट मेंशन किए हैं तो आपको 6 कंटेंट इसमें प्रॉपर तरीके से आने ही चाहिए। अगर इसमें हमने 20 कंटेंट ऐड किए हैं तो 20 में से 10 कंटेंट यानी 10 कंटेंट्स आपको प्रॉपर तरीके से आने चाहिए। ये आपके कॉन्फिडेंस को बूस्ट करेगा और साथ ही साथ जब आप इंटरव्यू देने जाएंगे तो उसमें भी आपकी हेल्प करेगा। ये पहला हुआ एंड यूजर कंप्यूटिंग की सारी जानकारी। दूसरा, बेसिक ऑफ नेटवर्किंग, बैकबोन है बेसिक ऑफ नेटवर्किंग। आप क्लाउड पे नेटवर्क स्टैब्लिश करो, आप वर्चुअलाइजेशन पे नेटवर्क स्टैब्लिश करो, आप हाइपरवाइजर पे नेटवर्क स्टैब्लिश करो, एक्स वाई जी कोई सा भी प्लेटफॉर्म आप यूज कर रहे हो अपने नेटवर्क को डिजाइन करने के लिए, नेटवर्किंग का कॉन्सेप्ट हमेशा सेम ही रहता है। सेम आईपी एड्रेस हम ऑन प्रोमाइसेस भी यूज करते हैं, सेम आईपी एड्रेस हम क्लाउड पे इस्तेमाल करते हैं, सेम आईपी एड्रेस हम वीएमवेयर वर्चुअल इन्वायरमेंट के केस में हम स्टैब्लिश करने का काम करते हैं। तो what is networking? Types of network: LAN, MAN and WAN. Network components: IP address management, CIDR subnetting, public and private IP address में difference, OSI मॉडल क्या होता है, इसकी लेयर्स कैसे काम करती हैं, नेट पैड पोर्ट फॉरवर्डिंग, डेटा शेयरिंग, किस तरीके से हम डेटा शेयर करते हैं, प्रोटोकॉल्स कौन से यूज होते हैं, नेटवर्क प्रिंटर और रूटर को कैसे मैनेज किया जाता है। अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस, वी आर एबल टू फाइंड विंडोज सर्वर 2022 या 2019, दोनों में से किसी एक सर्वर की नॉलेज होनी चाहिए। 16 मार्केट में नहीं है अब। रिसेंटली माइक्रोसॉफ्ट ने अनाउंस कर दिया कि वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू प्रोवाइड सपोर्ट टू द 16, तो आपको 19, 22 या 25 पे काम करना पड़ेगा। और सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट, सबसे ज्यादा जो क्वेश्चंस आएंगे वो विंडोज सर्वर एक्टिव डायरेक्टरी से आएंगे। सो मेक श्योर कि आपके पास अच्छा खासा आइडिया है विंडोज सर्वर से रिलेटेड। अबाउट सर्वर हार्डवेयर एंड ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम, बायोस, रेड, आईडी रैक, आईएलओ पोर्ट क्या होते हैं, इंस्टॉलेशन ऑफ सर्वर ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम, एडी क्या होता है, इंस्टॉल कैसे करते हैं, ऑब्जेक्ट और कंटेनर्स क्या है, ओयू क्या है, ग्रुप पॉलिसी क्या है, इंटर साइट इंट्रा साइट एप्लीकेशन क्या है। ऐसे बहुत सारी सर्विसेज हैं जो आपको आनी चाहिए। इसके बाद जो चौथा मॉड्यूल है ये मैंडेटरी है। हम आई एम नॉट सेइंग कि आपको बहुत ज्यादा मास्टरी करनी है माइक्रोसॉफ्ट 365 पोर्टल के ऊपर, क्योंकि ये नई टेक्नोलॉजी ऐड हुई है सिस्टम एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर की प्रोफाइल के लिए। तो एटलीस्ट आपको बैकएंड का आइडिया होना चाहिए कि माइक्रोसॉफ्ट 365 एडमिन सेंटर से यूजर कैसे मैनेज किया जाता है, उसका पासवर्ड कैसे रीसेट करते हैं, उसमें लाइसेंस कैसे असाइन करते हैं, लाइसेंस कैसे खरीदा जाता है, लाइसेंस को रिमूव करना है किसी यूजर से, लाइसेंस को ग्रुप पे अप्लाई करना है, हाउ वी कैन डू दैट, दीज ऑल पॉइंट्स यू नीड टू नो। ये सारा कंटेंट अगर आपको आता है then definitely you can easily crack the interview related to the system administrator. ये हो गई प्री रिक्विजिट। अगर इतना सब कुछ है और अगर इफ यू डोंट हैव आइडिया अबाउट दिस थिंग, 1 से 2 महीने का टाइम लगेगा आपको इनको तैयार करने में। और 1 से 2 महीने डेडिकेशन के साथ अगर आप अपनी प्रिपरेशन करते हैं, 100% विद इन 3 मंथ आपके पास एक रेप्यूटेड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में सिस्टम एडमिन, सीनियर सिस्टम एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर और एडवांस सिस्टम एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर की जॉब मिल जाएगी। इसके अलावा बाहर कहीं नहीं जाते कि पोर्ट वगैरह है, बेसिक क्वेश्चंस हैं, बट सबसे पहला टास्क तो ये है कि वो आपके रिज्यूमे पे क्या क्या चीजें देखते हैं, मेंशन करते हैं। और सबसे अच्छी बात, इफ यू ओके विद दीज पॉइंट्स, अगर आपको लगता है कि इनमें से कई सारी चीजें हमारी ओके हैं, मेलिंग सर्विसेज आती है, 365 आता है, एक्टिव डायरेक्टरी आता है, नेटवर्किंग में ओके है, डेस्कटॉप ट्रबल शूटिंग में हमारा कॉन्सेप्ट बिल्कुल क्लियर है, इफ यू फील लाइक यू हैव दैट मच ऑफ आइडिया, आपको एक ग्लोबल सर्टिफिकेशन है, देन बेस्ट। ग्लोबल सर्टिफिकेशन लगाते ही आपके रिज्यूमे की वैल्यू बढ़ जाती है। आप 365 के ग्लोबल सर्टिफिकेशन पे जा सकते हैं, आप नेटवर्किंग के ग्लोबल सर्टिफिकेशन पे जा सकते हैं, और हार्डवेयर पे। हार्डवेयर नेटवर्किंग का सर्टिफिकेट जो है कॉस्टली है। आई एम नॉट सेइंग कि आई एम नॉट रिकमेंड यू कि अगर आपके पास लाइक उतना अच्छा पैकेज नहीं है, क्योंकि इनकी जो कॉस्ट है $250, $275 के आस पास जाती है हार्डवेयर नेटवर्किंग की। ग्लोबल सर्टिफिकेशन कॉम्सिया A+, कॉम्सिया N+, इनकी कॉस्ट ज्यादा है। लेकिन माइक्रोसॉफ्ट 365 की जो कॉस्ट है वो 5600 ओनली। 4800 का वाउचर पड़ता है, जीएसटी को ऐड करके 5600 का वाउचर पड़ता है। और इस वाउचर से आप एग्जामिनेशन दे सकते हैं माइक्रोसॉफ्ट 365 MS 102 का। दिस इज द कंटेंट दैट यू नीड टू नो। ऑल गुड एवरीवन? यहाँ तक किसी का कोई क्वेश्चन, यू कैन रेज योर हैंड, एंड इफ यू हैव एनी क्वेश्चंस यू कैन आल्सो ड्रॉप अ मैसेज and will definitely reply you. Anyone?
No, sir.
Cool. Okay, few of the candidates are available who don't know about the English, Hindi, sorry. So I hope everyone okay with the like basic of English, because you know that you guys need to prepare yourself, and the interview that you are going to schedule, or any organization going to schedule for system administrator, definitely they are going to ask question in English. If you really want to be the part of MNC, so you know that you need to at least speak English to reply the question that asked by technical round, asked by interviewer. So I hope everyone okay with the basic of English. Is it? So cool. So now let's talk about the questions, most common question that we discussed. Like I'm going to share 25 important questions that maybe they are going to ask you in case of technical round of interview for system administrator profile. I have already created a list, so we good with that. This is the list of 25 questions Joe, that mostly asked by each and every interviewer in technical round of interview. So let's talk about. I'm going to start from the very basic, and you guys need to like as a decide how you are going to reply, right? It's totally depend upon you. Let's start from the very basic. Can you walk us through your experience as a system administrator? If you have experience as a system administrator for maybe 6 months, for 1 year, for 2 years, for 3 years, or 5 years, you have to describe the roles and responsibility. The meaning of roles and responsibility. What are the tasks that you completed in past 1 year, in past 2 years, in past 3 years? What are the activity that you did? And what's your achievement in last 3 years or 2 years? You have to describe your achievement. All good? So how you can describe? Anyone want to say something? Like I'm just going to ask question and you guys need to reply. Uh, Same. Let's start from the very basic. Can you walk us through your experience as a system administrator? Right. Everyone able to hear me? So I'm going to ask question to um, Raj. Can you hear me? Raj
Yes, sir.
Bahadur.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, sir. We are able to hear
Can
you.
yeah. Can you please define? Can you please describe about your experience as a system administrator? How you are going to describe in front of interviewer?
So, yes, sir. As a system administrator, we are installing client OS, server OS. Alongside, we are monitoring those systems like client OS and the server OS as well. We we are providing the users access in domain, and we also creating a new users. Sometimes we need to troubleshoot the devices like hardware, or sometimes users face the application issues like they are
Okay.
facing some kind of may I continue, sir?
Yep. Yeah. Please.
Yeah. So sometimes we need to troubleshoot the application issues like some of the application required Java, or we need to update the Java, or maybe the other things also. For that issue, we also connect with the application support vendor as well.
Great.
If the things is not resolved with us, then we connect with the support vendor, application support vendor. Alongside, we are maintaining patches like which system and servers are up to date as per the security vulnerabilities. If those are not, then we need to fulfill from it, means our end manually. We perform the patching activity also.
Great.
So these
Cool.
kind of things we are performing.
Thank you. Thank you. So few things need to modify, because you know that as per the current market situation, apart from technical strength, you also need to focus on your presentation. I know you have a much idea about. You are able to resolve any types of issues related to the desktop, laptop, networking devices, application, program, everything. You are able to do that. But you have to present in the modern way. Like if they are going to ask, if anyone asks you, if an interviewer asks you question, can you walk us through your experience as a system administrator? So what you need to do, you just need to reply from thanks, right? Thank you. Definitely. I'm going to describe about my experience, the work that I did with the organization. Start with very basic. Like I started my system administrator journey in year of 2019. I have been working as a system administrator from past 5 to 6 years. I did lots of tasks related to hardware. I resolved multiple issues related to operating system, networking. I established new resources in my organization. In my previous organization, I'm able to take care the license related activity as well. In my past 3 years of experience, I'm able to perform lots of activity like resolve the problem of laptop, desktop, slow performance, blue screen error, no internet access, installing new operating system, installing new driver, adding new resources in the organization. These all tasks you need to describe. I have a much idea about the documentation because every system administrator responsible to work to maintain the documents as well. Maintain the document in the sense like as a repository, to create a repository of number of resources which are available in the particular department or in the entire organization. So you have to describe everything that you perform in your system administrator journey. Question one. Question two. What operating system are you most comfortable working with? Windows, Linux, or Mac operating system? So definitely they are trying to understand about your knowledge related to the different types of operating systems that are available in the market. So if you go, definitely 90% users are using Windows based operating system. In Windows, multiple operating systems are available. Windows Server, Windows Client, maybe Windows 10 or Windows 11. These operating systems are considered as a client based OS. Server is related to the domain controller. Means with the help of server, you are able to manage and maintain the domain controller and control the all resources which are connected with the same network environment. Mac operating system. If you have a basic idea about the Mac operating system, then definitely you also need to describe. I have idea about the Mac OS, how to handle the Mac, how to install Mac, how to configure network, how to install application, how to manage internet and the existing services of a Mac operating systems. If you have idea, then you can describe. Question number third, how do you troubleshoot a server that suddenly goes down? This is really important question because we are responsible to take care of the server health as well. If any client server suddenly down due to any reason, we are responsible to troubleshoot. You have to reply in very simple manner. First of all, if I'm working as a remote engineer, like my server is situated in location of Dubai and I'm providing technical support from the location of India. First of all, I need to coordinate to the internal IT of the particular location over a call and ask them to get me the access of a server with the help of ILO and ID rack. Whatever ports that connected with your server, you need to give me the access that I can check the what exactly happened. ILO and ID rack, these two ports are important that help us to get the access of our server from anywhere in the world, no matter your server is down, no matter your server is not contain any operating system. ILO and ID rack can give us option to get the access of server from BIOS. Means you can install new operating system. You can troubleshoot the existing OS issues. You have to describe in proper point wise. If it is suddenly down, take the access of server using ILO and ID rack. Number second, I will try to restart my computer again, restart my server again. If I'm able to restart and able to get the access of RDP, then fine. After that, we'll check the logs because I don't want to like the same problem will occur again in our infrastructure. You need to collect the log information and troubleshoot the problem according to the logs. This is the activity. Number second, what types of services basically contained by the server? It is a database server, it is a web server, it is the active directory server. Because suddenly down in the sense maybe lots of burden. Suddenly down maybe the hardware component are not compatible. Maybe operating system getting error or some suspicious activity found in the operating system file. Multiple reason to uh, suddenly goes down your server. So as a system administrator, you need to review all the things. Take the access of your server using ILO and ID rack and start troubleshooting. Number four, question number four. What step do you take to secure a Windows or Linux server? This is really important. Secure in the sense like availability, how to protect our Windows or Linux server. So you always work on in point wise. This is the issue secure server. Maybe Windows or it is applicable for Linux. Now talk about it. How we can secure it. Very first step, will install server OS using hardware RAID. Yes, you always install your operating system with the help of hardware RAID and try to configure RAID 5. Number first. Number second, will set up backup domain controller. Backup domain, you can say that ADC, additional domain controller. Backup domain controller are additional domain controller. Number third, you also need to manage. Number third, this is really important for us. You should know about the way configure ILO or ID rack port. ID rack port. These port can help us to get the access of your server no matter your server machine is down, currently down. Number four, the another important part, install antivirus or configure Microsoft Defender. Number fifth, block the unwanted logical ports. You have to block the unwanted logical ports, FTP, telnet. You must need to block from your server. So these five steps and power supply also. Minimum 2 PSU must be installed on server PC. At least 2 PSU power supply unit must be installed on your server machine. So these points you need to describe. If you are able to describe up to 3 points, then definitely they are going to ask, okay, I'm okay with that. I understand you have a much idea about how to troubleshoot. You have a hands-on how to troubleshoot the issues related to the server, how we can resolve the problem related to protect our server machine. Next, let's talk about another question. Next, question number 5. How do you manage user account and permission in Active Directory? You know very well about Active Directory considered as a backbone of any server, any system administrator. You guys need to know about how ADDS can perform that task. User, the question is related to how do you manage user accounts and permissions in Active Directory? You should know about how to handle the features of Active Directory users properties, because whenever we open our ADDS and open the properties of user account, it will provide you multiple options: permission, delegation, lots of tasks, different types of rights you can assign to your user. Open your user properties, Active Directory user properties, go to the member of, and you can assign the permission to your user. Next, permission is also applicable whenever we share any kind of folder. You already decided 50 users are available on your Active Directory. You are going to share one folder for 20 user only. So while sharing your folder, you must need to add the user account while sharing. Or you can put your users, 20 users, to the specific group and add your group while sharing your permission, sharing your folder. Still in progress. I'll show you how we can manage it. And number six, question number six, explain the difference between LDAP and Active Directory. This is really important. Anyone want to say something about LDAP and Active Directory, ADDS and LDAP? Are you guys able to hear me?
Yes, sir, we are able to hear you. So we are confused, like need some clarification on LDAP.
Okay. LDAP and Active Directory Domain Services, ADDS. So very simple steps required to understand about the gap between LDAP and ADDS. ADDS is the Active Directory Domain Services, that we know that. This is dedicated machine. This is our server computer, right? Server 2019. And in server 2019, we are going to install one role. The role is install ADDS role. We are going to install ADDS role. Then after that, promote role. Then configure ADDS. The ADDS machine directly control the all client computers which are available in the environment. The ADDS always you need to decide the name of your Active Directory. It may be cloud.com. ADDS will give us option to configure all users, groups, organizational unit from same machine. What about LDAP? LDAP is a lightweight directory access protocol. LDAP is a lightweight directory access protocol. The meaning of LDAP, let's take an example. This is your cloud.com domain that you establish. And you know that the cloud.com is responsible to handle 150 users. Huge amount of user that you are going to take care. Only administrator is responsible to do that. You are getting lots of ticket related to user, related to the DSCP, related to DNS, and you don't have enough time to take care of all the services, able to resolve all the tickets. So what you need to do? You need to like as select few engineers from floor and the engineers are using Windows 10 computer. Our engineers are using Windows 11 computer. With the help of LDAP service, you can distribute your Active Directory user and computer dashboard to these engineers with limited permission. Means they are able to create new user. They are able to reset the password for your user account. They are able to create group and organizational unit according to the rights that you have provided. LDAP feature you can configure for your client PC, for your Windows 11 or 10 computer, that you can divide your workload. ADDS is the direct service which is available in server operating system only. And with the help of ADDS, we can control and manage all the connected devices which are available in the environment. LDAP come into the picture to divide workload. To manage workload of from server. This is the actual gap. I hope everyone okay and able to understand the concept of LDAP and ADDS. Next, what tool do you use for system monitoring and why? N number of monitoring tools are available in the market, and as per your requirement, you can proceed with that. You should know about at least two or three name of monitoring tool. At least two or three names you should know about. Automate, ConnectWise, IT Glue. These all are the tools name. And for this particular tools, if you have a basic understanding, because every organization will give you dedicated training for the tools. You have to describe that I have a basic idea about IT glue. I have a basic idea about ConnectWise, right? I have a basic idea about automate, ConnectWise, automate. So you should make a list of monitoring tools which are available in the market. And in case of any interviewer will ask you question about the monitoring tool, so you should describe, yes, I know about this particular tool, how it can work, how I can manage and uh, collect the information about the resources that are available in the organization. Next, question number 8. How do you handle system backup and disaster planning, disaster recovery planning? To take the backup of any resources of organization, any resource of organization which are available in the market. Backup and restore is one of important key that everyone know about it. Backup, recovery, and DR planning. So multiple backup tools are available. Third party backup software. We have a number of application. Veeam backup, NetApp, Datto, Shadow Protect, Hove, Vault, and number of Barracuda. Multiple backup tools are available. These tools can help a lot for backup, for restore, for replication, for disaster recovery, for migration, all the tasks we can manage with the help of these applications. By using these applications, you can perform lots of activity. All good, everyone. So you can say that I have a backup tools idea about backup tools. And with the help of tools, I'm able to configure the backup services. Question number 8. Question number 9. What is group policy in Windows Server and how have you used it? Really important question. What is group policy? In the group policy, this is part of our Active Directory. I have already established one domain with name of class.com. It look like this. And in class.com, I have already established a domain controller, right? Multiple users I created, Active Directory user and computers. Alibaba user is available. Clark, GCP, and Telnet is also available. These all users are available on our domain controller. About GPO, go to the tools, select group policy, and it look like this. This is group policy. Using group policy, we are able to control our connected devices, to block the access of control panel, to configure map network drive, to share the same printer to multiple clients at the same time. These all tasks you can manage with the help of group policy management. Group policy can help in both way to block the access of any services, and it is also applicable to allow the access of any resources. In GPO, you need to learn multiple things like as block inheritance enforce, WMI filter, and configure backup, and to take the uh, like as the commands that help us to configure our GPU management, that help us to manage the GPU. Number 10, how do you monitor disk space using usage and prevent full disk usage? This is really important. Multiple tools which are available in the market that help us to monitor the use cases, that help us to create the alert that your hard disk is almost full, or you can also see the space by using, just need to open this PC and it will give us option like how much space you consumed from your C drive, like 35.6 GB remaining, and how we can clean it. Multiple method to clean it. Very first step, you need to run the command clean mgr. It is applicable for disk cleanup, means to clean the disk from recycle bin, clean the disk from temporary file, clean the disk from any type of unsupported files are available. 126 MB. In the production environment, maybe sometime the recycle bin and unsupported files will consume more than 10 GB of space. So every 6 months, you have to clean the disk. Step 1. Step 2, we are able to find one folder. The folder name is software distribution. And in the software distribution folder, click on download and delete all the data, 800 up to 1 GB space consumed by this folder. You have to delete all the files. It will not impact your current operating system. So as it is, multiple method can help us to make a space in our C drive. Next, explain DNS, DSCP, how do they work together? Definitely, really important. As per the name suggests, about DNS and DSCP. DNS is a domain naming server, a domain naming system. DSCP is responsible to distribute address to all the connected devices. DNS can help us to resolve the name to IP and IP to the name. DNS can help us to host our website. DNS can help us to host our application. These all tasks we can manage with the help of DNS. DSCP responsible to distribute IP address to all connected devices. What is virtualization and which platform, VMware, hypervisor, etc. have you used? Yes, you should know about the virtualization, how virtualization can perform the task, right? So virtualization is divided in two different parts: hypervisor type 1, hypervisor type 2. Hypervisor type 1 is basically bare metal virtualization. You can directly install this application on your hardware. Hypervisor type 2 is basically related to the hosted virtualization. And the meaning of hosted virtualization, you have to install a one base machine. Over a base machine, you need to install application and then you can create virtualization. VMware Workstation, example of hypervisor type 2. Virtual PC, Oracle, VirtualBox of Oracle, always considered as a hypervisor type 2. So you should know about how ESXi can work, basic understanding about ESXi, basic understanding about a hypervisor. At least one virtualization you should know. Question number 13. How do you apply security patches and update across multiple systems? This is really important. If you want to update a security, if you are going to install a patch to number of devices which are available in the environment, most of the monitoring tool can give this facility built-in option. ConnectWise will give you, Automate will give you option to perform the patching. Apart from this, in the Windows machine, Windows Server, basically I'm talking about security patching. We are going to talk about security patching. In case of security patching, you can proceed with third party application. You can go with WSUS, Windows Server Update Service. You can configure SCCM and Microsoft Intune. These all platform can help us to perform the patching. It may be security patching, it may be application patching, it may be operating system patching. All the tasks you can manage. Third party application like as a ConnectWise, right? With the help of this application, you can manage it. These services can help us to perform the patching. So at least you should know about the name of these services that help us to perform the patch activity. Next, question number 14. What is RAID system? How you can explain about the RAIDs label? RAID is a redundant array of independent disk. Multiple RAID system are available: RAID 0, RAID 1, RAID 5, RAID 6, RAID 10. These all RAID system can help us to enhance the security of your data. RAID 0 divided into different part: spanned volume and striped volume. RAID 1 always considered as a mirror volume. RAID 5 single parity. RAID 6 dual parity. RAID 10 combination of RAID 0 and RAID 1. Next, 15. How would you troubleshoot network connectivity issues? This is really important. If anyone asks you question about how would you troubleshoot the issues related to the network connectivity, you need to ask cross question. May I know your network is wired or wireless? According to that, you can troubleshoot. If they are going to say like, I'm using wired network, and in case of wired network, I'm not able to access internet. Can you please help me to troubleshoot? Then you can start First of all, I will open my system CMD. I will open systems CMD and execute the command of ipconfig. If the IP address is started from 169, it means that my machine is getting a PIPA IP address. And in case of a PIPA IP address, I need to check connectivity. I will check my cable, network cable with IO port to switch and patch panel. All the connection will check and trouble. If the connection is okay, still I'm not able to get internet. Then execute the command of ipconfig release, ipconfig renew, ipconfig release and ipconfig renew. That will help us to get a new IP address from DSCP pool. Next, what is PowerShell or BAS, or how have you used scripting in your work, right? They are going to ask question. PowerShell and BAS, two different CLI platform. PowerShell is a Windows-based uh, platform and BAS is Linux-based platform. Both are a modern version of a CMD that help us to perform the task with the help of command line interface. Script. The PowerShell script, you can design the script and run it. Whenever we execute the script using PowerShell, you will get the immediate result. So you should learn about the scripting, basic part of scripting as well. Question number 17. How do you manage system performance and resource uh, bottlenecks? So basically, performance to enhance the performance of our system, really important part for us. We need to verify and check the available space in a C drive. How much space we have. If you don't have enough space in C drive, then definitely it will impact to the performance of your computer. You have to clean the space from C drive, check the all suspicious activity that happened with your computer, like any virus, any bad sector. You have to remove the all bad sector and the suspicious activity from your system. Fully scan. You need to scan your computer from antivirus. Number next, 18. Have you worked with cloud platform like Azure, AWS, GCP? Right. This is plus point. If you have idea about cloud computing like Azure or AWS or Google Cloud, you know about how subscription can work, how we can create virtual machine, perform database, add network, switches, firewall, how we can manage with the help of cloud platform. So you should learn at least one cloud provider, basic understanding, like as a fundamentals, AZ900 for Azure, AWS practitioner for Amazon Web Services. So you just need to go through with these points. Question number 19. What is difference between domain, a work group, and a organizational unit? Okay, cool. Domain and work, domain and OU both are a container. Domain is it means that a centralized control device. With the help of domain controller, you can control the all connected devices. Maybe your client computer, your printer, your switches, your biometric device, CCTV camera, all the things you can control with the help of domain. Work group is basically related to the applicable for individual machine. Work group based machine always self honor. No one can control these machine. No one can apply policy for the work group based machine. An organizational unit is a container which is responsible to contain multiple Active Directory user. If you want to assign the same policy to all the users, then organizational unit come into the picture. These practicals that you need to know about how we can implement. Question number 28. How do you configure and manage system logs for auditing and troubleshooting? You know that every machine, server computer, client-based machine can give you one option which is related to the audit log. Event viewer. This is built-in feature. With the help of event viewer, you can segregate the all types of log. Security log, logins log, application log, right? Driver's log, operating system logs, all the types of logs you can collect with the help of event viewer. Number 21, what's your approach to handle incidents like ransomware or malware on server? Incident in the sense like the immediately problem occurred. We really don't know about the issues. So in this situation, very first step, you must need to remove the network cable. If you realize some ransomware attack happening on your server, please remove network cable immediately. You must need to disconnect your machine from internet, because these attacks basically managed by the another attacker from different geographical location using the different internet. So you should remove it, make your server offline, no need to connect it again with internet, fully scan the server, make sure your firewall is able to remove the ransomware from environment, and then you can start your work. Definitely it will give you some downtime, maybe 30-minute downtime, 1 hour downtime, 2 hour downtime, but at least it will protect your data. It will secure your server's information, and which is really important for every system administrator. Next, 21, 22. How do you ensure compliance with IT policies and resolution regulation? So basically, compliance in the sense, the meaning of compliance, you are going to set the prerequisite. Compliance in the sense, kind of policy that you created. Must not left your laptop by login. Always screen down, always flip down if you're not on your desk, if you're not using your laptop. You must need to follow the rules according to the organization. Always use multi-factor authentication for your login activity. Always use complex password. Do not use any kind of any kind of dictionary word, because these password can easily compromised by attacker or hacker. So these things you need to keep in your mind. 23rd, have you automated any repetitive system admin start? If you perform any task, like as a user management is a repetitive task, group policy management, repetitive task. Every week, you need to perform the same activity. So you can say that, yes, I did user's password reset, user creation, user deletion, user unlock. This is my repetitive work that I did my previous organization. Number four, 24. How do you collaborate with developer, network engineers, and security team? Yes. As a system administrator, you need to coordinate with the all department, because these department can help us to enhance our infrastructure. Number next, why do you want to work as a system administrator in our organization? It's totally depend upon you. You need to describe them why you are going to join. You need to define good things about the organization. I have read about multiple positive review about your company on Glassdoor, on Google. So that's why I also am excited to work with your organization. Few things you need to describe. This is all about the 25 questions and their answers. I hope everyone okay. Now it's time, it's your time. You can ask question if you have a doubt or question. So I'm available and reply you. Anyone?